and welcome back to the Authentic Alana YouTube channel and this Thirsty Thursday, where we are going to jump into talking about the blended states of the autonomic nervous system. I am so honoured to be here with you today and can't wait to explore the autonomic nervous system a little more and to get into some of the more nuanced information. But before we do that, let's have a quick check-in. So, before we take a moment to jump into the information and knowledge, let's take a moment to check in. So, finding yourself in a comfortable position, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying. Maybe wriggling your body a little bit, deliberately relaxing your shoulders and your jaw. Maybe closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. And placing a hand on your chest and one on your belly button, if that feels safe enough for you today. Just taking a moment. Breathing in through your nose, down to your belly and up to your chest. Slowly letting it out through your mouth. Maybe letting a sound come out. Maybe not. Just asking, what do I need now in this moment? Allowing the innate wisdom of your body to guide you to what it is you need now, and allowing yourself the time to take that. Joining us back here. So as you know, we've been exploring the autonomic nervous system and specifically the three states: the ventral vagal state, where we feel connected and safe enough to be able to engage with the world in the ways we want. The sympathetic part of our autonomic nervous system, where we feel mobilized and ready to take action. And then also the dorsal vagal part of our autonomic nervous system, where we feel shut down, disconnected, and immobilized with no energy to do anything. We know that we move through these states in a hierarchical fashion. With when we're detecting danger, we move into sympathetic, and when we detect life threat, that we move down the ladder into a dorsal vagal shutdown, and then we move back through sympathetic back to ventral. We also know that these states are also important for our everyday functioning. These are the things that we've talked about in the previous Thirsty Thursday videos. So if you're a little confused right now, feel free to pause this video and go back and watch the overview of the autonomic nervous system, as well as the 3 videos, one each on each of the states. Today, what I want to dive into is the fact that there are blended states. So we're talking about the autonomic nervous system in a very cut and dry way, in a way that makes it seem like there are these 3 states and it's very black and white. But that is not how our nervous system works. There are lots of areas of grey and lots of areas of crossover. Jan Winhall, who is the developer of the felt sense polyvagal model, has a really great visual, which I will chuck up here for you now, And I really love the way that it incorporates the different states, the different blended states that we can move in and out of throughout the day. There's also a visual from the Polyvagal Institute, which is here. And it is also a really great way using the circles to see the blended states as well. So I will chuck the links for those in the description because there's some really great visuals to look at the nervous system in a more holistic way rather than the simplistic ladder with the 3 states. So when we're looking at blended states, there are also 3 blended states, as you may imagine. The first blended state that we're going to look at is when there is a blend between the ventral vagal part of our nervous system and the sympathetic part of our autonomic nervous system. So when these 2 states come together in a blend, we are looking at a space where we are able to enjoy and create, and we feel impassioned, we can play. This is a state where we are often in when we are having sex, when we are exercising, when we're engaging in sport. So we need that mobilized energy from the sympathetic state to help us engage in these activities. But we also need some of that regulating energy of the ventral vagal to keep us connected enough and to be feeling safe enough to be able to enjoy and create in this blended state. So when these 2 states come together in a blend, we are looking at a space where we are able to enjoy and create, and we feel impassioned. From this blended state of ventral and sympathetic, we also engage in activities such as performing, dance, doing presentations, and even something as simple as driving a car. We need that sympathetic mobilization energy to keep us, activated and ready, and alert, but we also need to keep our body regulated enough. If you watch kids at play, this is the absolute pinnacle of the blended state of ventral and sympathetic. And we need to feel safe enough to be able to play. And often that's why kids who have experienced trauma or who are struggling with things day to day, overwhelm in life, are unable to play because they don't have enough ventral vagal coming into their sympathetic to be able to support them to feel safe enough to play. And that's why play therapy is a really helpful intervention to support them with that. So next we're going to explore the hybrid state or the blended state of ventral vagal with the dorsal vagal. So both of these parts are from the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, and we know that that's all about rest and digest. So when we've got the connection or the blended state between ventral and dorsal, these are the moments where we can be safely still. These are the moments where we can meditate, we can focus, we can be really in the flow, in the balance of life. Probably those moments where we can be really present to the awe and the beauty in life. And we can be really intimate with other people, with ourselves, and with nature as well. The regulating energy of ventral vagal brings that safe enough and safe enough feeling to help us feel connected and regulated enough. And the rest and digest feeling of the of the dorsal vagal part of our nervous system brings that ability to be able to be safely still. Now, if your nervous system's home away from home is a shutdown response, a dorsal vagal response, bringing that ventral energy into a blended state with our dorsal can be a really gentle and nice way to help us start to shift that survival state into a more supportive rest and digest kind of experience. If you have ever tried meditation or mindfulness and really had trouble with it, this is because you're unable to blend these two states, because your nervous system is in too much of a survival state, and you are unable to bring enough of that ventral vagal regulating energy to your dorsal vagal part of your nervous system to be able to be safely still and engage in that meditation practice. You are not broken. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it's supposed to. But as you can start to see, we've mapped out 3 of the states individually, and now we're starting to explore the blended states. And that might be helping you see how throughout the day we move and shift and drift through all of these different states at any given time. And last but not least, we have the blended state of the dorsal vagal shutdown response and the sympathetic mobilized response. So this is a response where we have activation or mobilization and also shutdown and immobilization coming together. So this is the state of freeze, active freeze, and also, if you look at Jan Winhall's work, she has done a lot of work with addiction, and she says this is the state where addiction lies, where things like self-harm and addiction fall into this state, where we've got this internal struggle in our nervous system between shutting down and activation, and they're blending together and creating a space that is very overwhelming and very chaotic for our bodies. You are probably recognizing some times when you've been in this push-pull throughout your life. And again, you're not broken. This is your body, your body's natural way to keep you alive. It is doing what it can, because remember, our nervous system is detecting safety, danger, or life threat. It's not putting story to it. It's simply trying to keep us alive. And even in a thing like addiction, that seems like it's maladaptive, like it's not working, it is actually a nervous system response, a protective strategy to try and keep you alive, no matter what the circumstances, whether that threat is real or whether that threat is perceived. So those other 3 blended states, as you can see from the visuals, you can move in and out of these, as well as moving in and out of the other 3 states that we talked about: ventral, sympathetic, and dorsal. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed by all of this information, feel free to just drop it back and go back to the 3 states that we talked about. Just keep it really simple with ventral, sympathetic, and dorsal. The more that we can understand our nervous system, the more we can grow spaciousness and resilience within our nervous system. And if the information is overwhelming you, then it's actually not helpful for you right now. So if it feels too much, simply take a breath and give yourself permission, and I give you full permission, to forget about this video and just go back to that. Maybe jump into a Try It Tuesday video and do a regulation practice to help you come back to be a bit more grounded and centered. Yeah, so that's about all on the blended states. What I really want you to take away from this video is it's not as black and white as it may have seemed in the first 4 videos that I did. All our nervous systems, although they are built the same way, they react and respond in different ways based on our experiences and the life we have had to date, our experience in utero, early childhood, and every experience up until now. And as you know, everybody's experiences are different. But what I want you to know is that we move in and out of lots of different states throughout the day, and the more we can begin to notice and name those, the more we can begin to start creating regulation in our nervous system. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It is absolutely my honor to be sharing all of this information and to be supporting you guys on your journey. I have a free PDF of 6 1-minute breath practices to support you in your journey of nervous system regulation. These breath practices range from supporting you to amp up your energy, to get more energy into your body, to helping you rest, to helping you focus. It's a really simple PDF, but it could be really supportive of your journey as you explore your autonomic nervous system. So if you would like to access that, check out the description where there is a link to sign up to grab that free PDF. And you'll also go on my mailing list to be the first to hear about any offers that I have coming up, what's happening in my world, and also to receive my weekly email where we look at some more information and knowledges, we explore some practices, and we just I am hoping to start creating a community to continue to walk through this journey of life together. So that's there for you to access if you would like. If not, that is all okay. Whatever feels right for you. My aim with Authentic Alana is to support you to feel empowered and to help grow spaciousness in your nervous system so that you can feel empowered and discerning in your choices in your life, because you are the person who knows you the most. And sometimes we just need support and help on that journey as well. Thank you so much for being here today. It has been my pleasure to be sharing some more information and knowledge with you, and I can't wait to connect again soon.